We
indeed. Hello.
Yay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mistwalkers Spectrum of Eternity featuring me, your humble host and DM, Lily. I am so excited to be back with this lovely crew. It has been quite some time, as looking at this, a little over 3 months since our last session. So we will do our best to pick things up exactly where they left off, as we all had a busy and interesting summer and early fall. Though, is it really fall when it's still 85 degrees out every day?
No, it's eternal summer. It's the forever summer, and I hate it.
And the summer, yeah.
No.
Don't sue me, Battle Beast. Thank you.
Copyright claim.
Yeah, copyright claim. That's what's gonna copyright claim me.
Demonetized.
Anyways, yeah, so we'll get started with a little round the group introduction. So Yulia, if you wouldn't mind kicking us off as usual.
Absolutely. Hi everyone, my name is Yulia. I go by RoyalKnightVT on various socials. Sorta kinda trying to get back into streaming, do a lot of fantasy themed. We're doing Final Fantasy Tactics soon, and I play Dungeons and Dragons with all these wonderful individuals, so I am so excited to be back. I have been really needing this D&D itch, so it's such a pleasure.
Alrighty, thank you, Yulia. Meris, you're next.
Hello, I'm MerisAurum. I am a celestial dragon VTuber. I've been on a bit of a medical hiatus, but your boy is slowly but surely coming back to the streamscape. I also run my own D&D campaign as well. It's called The Trial of Hearts. It's an ode to all things romantic fantasies. If you like drama, political intrigue, and a heavy dose of romantic shenanigans, check it out on either my Twitch or my YouTube. And while I'm here, I play the Sewer King, the gonzo whatever of the group.
We love SK.
We do. Next
I
up.
play Kloven, by the way.
Oh yeah, I guess that was never mentioned. That's
the thing I should have mentioned.
It's slowly scrolling across the screen, so people see the Kloven underneath the pretty boy.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Uh-huh.
Pushes SK out of the way. I'm Kloven.
By the way.
Hi, that's me. I'm not sure wondering how I got myself in this situation.
You might be wondering how I got here.
Oops. Anyway.
It's so bleh.
Yes, Sif, would you mind taking it next?
Eto bleh. Hi, I'm Sif_VTuber. I do art. I play games. I also run a D&D campaign, Curse of Strahd, that's on hiatus for a little bit, but please go watch it because it's gay trauma with some of the players here. I'm back again as Tate, living potato, dirt man. I got the strength stat. I bonk. That's me. Thank you for having me. It's good to be back. I love you guys.
That's my boy.
Kloven and Tate with a strength stat. I'm so happy for them. Having 2 strength users in a D&D party, that's higher than usual.
People who go to the gym.
Yeah, amazing. Aster, finally, we'll go with you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Master Varatildus, a cosmic wizard who... shit.
Pick 2. We'll edit it on post. I won't edit it on post.
Fuck! Oh, man! Hi, everyone. I'm Master Varatildus, a cosmic wizard from beyond the stars. I am on various socials as ArchmagesTower, now that I'm no longer on the hell site that took my S away. And I am an aspiring voice actor. I also like to stream once a week because I am chronically EP. And I like fantasy stuff, I like roguelikes, I like writing, and on this campaign I play the resident character with a brain. We promise he's smart, Thaddeus.
He is smart, though, except when it comes to computers, it seems.
He doesn't know what a touchscreen is.
You guys,
Thaddeus holding the one brain cell of the party.
True. It's so true.
you guys all got basic proficiency in computers thanks to Anti's lessons in Kenril, so there's at least that, right?
Thank
We're
you,
at- we're at-
Now he knows what a touchscreen is.
We're at boomer status.
Yeah, you type with one finger on each hand, all that stuff.
Mhm. Too many
Hey.
ellipses.
Hey, hang on. I do those things. I actually do those things. Oh no,
Oh
I'm boomer.
no! Use your whole hands.
No,
Anyways.
I refuse.
Anyways, I'm noticing my model is getting stuck more often than it usually is, but I apologize if that gets stuck at any point when I am busy acting or DMing, all that good stuff. But I guess as a more proper introduction for myself, I am, of course, the DM of this campaign. I play in a bunch of other campaigns as well. Please go check out a lot of the people here. Meris and Sif both run some of the campaigns that I am in. I also do a bunch of art, including... Oh god, did I save Quinn's... Did I show Quinn last time? That's a great question.
I think Quinn happened in the interim.
Quinn was introduced because he's the one, or the other
I
one
think the
that pulled you
artwork
aside.
came later.
Yeah, I think the
so-
artwork came later. Either way, we'll fix it. We'll fix it in post.
Editing goblins to the software.
whichever way it is. And as ever, just I'm going to just start every session by giving a special shout out to Day, who helps us with a lot of monster designs, some of which you may or may not be seeing later this session.
Ominous.
So, ominous indeed. We have been doing some cooking with spices.
Hell yeah.
With all of that out of the way, I am going to do a brief session recap, doing my best to recall what happened 3.5 months ago.
We're all good.
Yeah. So last time we had a bunch of individual discussions back in the stocks as they were finishing up their final days of peace before moving on to the next objective. This included a few heartfelt conversations, one with Tate and Mai, which dove a lot into the emotional aspect of their relationship, as well as the more metaphysical aspect of what the fuck is going on in this world. SK and Thaddeus had a chat as well, which was mostly serving as them affirming each other that they were still ride or die and ready to see these things to the end, protect each other, and make sure that they come out the other side all right.
You're goddamn right.
The whole crew, including Anti and Adamar, went to have a little spa day in which they had some much needed relaxation, and an attempted relaxation on the part of Adamar, who was not really doing a great job at letting themselves be chill. Overall, everybody relaxed. Anti was just basically a puddle of vines floating through the water, having a good time, and the party bonded a bit. In addition to that lovely bonding, there was also a family dinner at the Plantars. Tate invited the whole crew to come over to enjoy a nice home-cooked meal courtesy of his folks and his family as a whole. The party continued to bond, seeing the softer side of each other, and even had some nice time doing a little sleepover in the barn, making sure that they stayed in each other's company as much as possible, doing a little finding of that family, as we like to call it. From there, they had a brief planning meeting with the members of the council, discussing essentially that they don't really have any idea what to expect next, but will do their best to be prepared. From there, they left the stocks via the teleporter inside of the tree to Kenril and began to make their way into the unknown. Along the way, the party noticed a large floating island directly above them. On noticing it, though, the Sewer King's neck continuously kept getting redirected and refocused towards the objective and away from the floating island. As the party made their way, they also came upon a few different chance encounters, one of which was flying whales that seemed to just jump out of the ocean and fly their way towards the same said flying island. The group remarked on just the sheer size and majesty of it before continuing on towards their objective. Upon reaching the edge of the mist, once again it was separated by a large chasm, but instead of a few loosely fitting pieces of land, they found themselves with only one option to seemingly get across, which was, in our terms, essentially a little automated zip line that seemed to be placed there. So as they crossed, they took a deep breath before heading into the mist proper for the second time. Once they entered, they immediately noticed a very stark change of temperature, as well as just climate as a whole, as this area seemed to be essentially that of a humid rainforest. Immediately feeling overheated, the group slogged through the sweat and managed to find their way to a deserted city, but not without seeing a few suspicious bits of activity along the way. Once in the deserted city, they looked around, seeing that it was not covered by mist, to try and see if they could gather anything about what happened. They checked the tree that was in the center of the city, finding that it was still on, but in low power mode. After returning to the outside of the tree, they found themselves surrounded by those same suspicious vines that they had seen earlier, and upon striking out at them, found that they were not just vines, but something a bit more alive. They all proceeded to attempt to attach to different members of the party, but were quickly severed as the party found a voice yelling out through the crowd to try and beckon them to come down the hole to what the person was calling safety. And that is basically about where we are going to go from. So, with that, we're going to start. I believe they introduced themselves as Quinn, as well as a few other members of their little party, Boris, Janice, and Jackson, who work under them. They're all wearing masks and basically very limited clothing, exposing their chests and the majority of their legs. Quinn identified themselves as head of defense and gave you guys a little bit of primer about that the town was formerly known as Dashek, and described the presence that they had dealt with as something horrifying that kidnaps you and takes you up into the sky, never to be seen again, that they call Namioda. With that, we are going to come back into things. I try and find my Quinn voice. So, I think that we're going to go ahead and walk and talk. Janice, Jackson, Boris, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the hole here, just make sure it doesn't try and come down. You know the drill. Let's go ahead and head out. Would you mind introducing yourselves here?
Is Quinn talking to us? Or?
Yes, Quinn talking to you guys.
Oh.
I'm Tate Plantar.
Thaddeus.
I'm Kloven.
Adamar.
And I am the Sewer King. Truly, we could not be more appreciative of the timely rescue.
Do they have sewers out here?
You know, we do have some form of that sort of thing, but it is a bit more primitive, I suppose, considering we're all underground. And sorry, he turns around and stops while you guys begin to walk through this little tunnel system that's dug out in front of you. Sewer King. And I don't believe you introduced yourself, but you also apologize. You don't really look much like anybody I've ever seen before. Pointing at Anti.
Ah, well, we are singular beings, after all. No two people ever truly look alike, do they?
You don't have to play funny with me. I understand what's going on here. But you certainly... you certainly don't look much like any of the other folks we have here in... Well, I suppose it's now New Dashek down here. And... Sorry, what's your name? Pointing to Anti. Enterinum. But you can call us Anti. Right. Fair enough. Yeah. I think people are probably going to be staring at you a bit. That goes for both of you. But trust me, nobody here is about to do anything crazy. We're just trying to survive as best as we can.
Oh, well, people are welcome to stare as they like. I am aware that not everyone is accustomed to witnessing, the perfections of evolution.
Careful now, you're gonna give the king an ego.
I'm not giving the king anything of the sort. He seems to have that quite well himself.
You know, you do it too much more and his big head's gonna grow out of the forest.
Sewer King's just got this big grin on his face.
Thaddeus also has like this shithead face. He's got the like cheeky little jerk grin.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not about to question too much on the culture of other people. It's not like we have much culture here ourselves.
How long have you been down here, then?
Yes, I'm curious to know myself.
Well, I myself am 35 years old-ish. I don't know, it's kind of hard to keep track of things when you can't exactly see the day and night cycle passing. But besides that, I've been down here my whole life. There are some folks here that have been down here for, I think, near a millennium.
What?
Fascinating. And do you go topside very often? You don't have the eyes nor the complexion of subterranean creatures.
Well, no, we do not go top. That's not entirely true. If you want the primer, I can give you a primer. I am a part of the defense team, as mentioned, and the defense team is really just that. We try and keep people safe from what's up there. And, we have attempted some expeditions up to try and reclaim, but to very little success. So, essentially, yeah, we are subterranean. But I understand that maybe it hasn't had the time to fully manifest, I suppose. There is some glimpses of the outside world. Small cove. But for the most part, yeah, permanently underground. I think I can count on my hand the number of hours I've been upside. Entire life.
Wait, you said there were people who've been down here for a millennia?
I think the oldest person we have is inching towards 85. So, and she knows topside. At least from when she was a child. About all we've got.
Good to know that that word doesn't mean the same thing out here as it does back at the stocks.
Which word?
Don't worry
Millennia.
about it.
Is there a mayor of some sorts here, or because you're part of the defense team, you're the one in charge?
Oh no, I'm not the one in charge. Gods, you don't want me to be the one in charge. No, I don't know if we'll get to see him today, but there's essentially the head of the town. His name's Gale.
Gale.
He is controversial, one might say. Not in a way that I disagree with, but, well, so many failed expeditions, and people start to get a little bit comfortable in trying to make life down here life forever, I suppose. People overall seem to be quite stubborn.
Yeah. But, well, not to put my 2 cents on things or anything, but you might be better at being in charge than you think. After all, you seem to have a pretty good head on those, admittedly broad shoulders.
I mean, I thank you kindly, but I don't exactly have much in the way of brains to complement the head on the shoulders. And
Sometimes a good leader isn't made with a brain, but it's made with a heart.
you know, you're quite the sweet talker. I wouldn't have expected that from looking at you.
Well, I did used to run a bar.
Fair enough. That's good barkeeping.
You seem to be taking a lot of first opinions based on our appearances.
You know, I understand that maybe that might be something that people look down upon. But the thing is that when you can only count the number of first appearances from beyond our little town here on one hand, it starts to become pretty easy to try and figure out what's going on by appearances.
Makes sense. You probably don't have a lot to go off of based on the outside world.
I mean, I certainly have never seen folks like you. I suppose that this is as good as time as any, and just as you guys are walking through, just to give a bit of extra bits, it's all very well carved out tunnels, kind of like built out of a light brownish stone that seems to be kind of like, this is not naturally occurring. This has been essentially man-made. And as you kind of go through, the tunnels are well lit with torches, and occasionally you'll see a few other folks kind of like walking by that all seem to be wearing similar garb to that of what you've seen so far. So Quinn kind of continues along and says, we still have probably good 10 minutes till we get to the central area. Try and keep these things very separate just to make sure that it's as safe as possible. Would you mind, I asked you your names, where do y'all come from? Is this a long trek for you? Is it safe anywhere close?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it close, but a lot of us, we're from this place called the Stocks.
Wouldn't exactly call everything very safe either.
Well, it's safer than most of the places we've gone to, SK.
Well, no, the world as a whole.
Oh, well, if you're judging it based off of that. Yeah. It's a port town.
Yeah. And the trek here was, unfortunately, fairly dangerous.
Fair enough.
But I can tell you one thing. There's a good chance that if we can get that tree of yours up and running again, we can get a lot of you to the Stocks in one piece. It's not gonna be the most pleasant trip there, but you'll be fine.
You're... You're telling me that gigantic tree up there can save our skins?
It's more than a tree. I'm not entirely sure what they are yet, but there's a way to get from one of these to another, and there's one of those back home. So, here's hoping that that's a universal function of these things.
Anti will kind of speak up and say, observation. In its current state, it does need additional power to be able to operate in this manner. However, that is our primary objective coming here, is to restore it to full power and even potentially beyond.
Yeah, exactly. And if we can get it up and running, even if you don't want to come with us in the end, it should at least be a modicum more safe once it's done.
Yeah, see, but the thing is that, like, there's a whole other host of problems here. It's not just as simple as fixing a tree. Did you not see the horrifying grabbing vines that were trying to whisk you off into your certain demise?
Oh yes,
Unfortunately,
intimately.
Do you know what's leading those things, controlling those vines? It's not just the plant life around here, right?
Not the plants. Well, I suppose it might be. That's kind of hit the crux of the problem here, is that we really don't know exactly what it is. All we know is that they move around. These vines. Seeking people. Capturing them. And then, next thing you know, your best friend is yoinked up into the sky, never to be seen again.
Like the tendrils of a jellyfish.
What?
SK, they haven't seen the ocean.
No, we've seen the ocean, it's just that it's kind of a bit of a... It's just a small cove, really, so we only really see basic fish.
Ooh.
Oh. Huh.
A cove, you say? Does it lead out anywhere? Why not use that as your means of escape?
Well, see, at least in terms of what we've kind of come to find, for whatever reason, this world seems to be a bit strange. You know, we're here some 100-something feet underneath the ground, yet the cove, the sea level, is right about at our level. A little bit below, naturally, we're not about to get flooded, but the rest of the world, at least in what our few good swimmers have been able to find, swimming amongst the ocean tide, it's not exactly accessible. It's all sheer cliff sides that go up hundreds of feet. So yeah, I suppose maybe we could find a way out that way, but the thing is that we have yet to find anywhere that's not covered in this damn mist that seems to poison us.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm all for trying new things. It's kind of what I do around here, at least with Gale's direction.
We'll hope you won't mind a few more heads to brainstorm with.
I mean, absolutely not. This is more people than we've had come down here in ever. Really, at least since I've been here.
Earlier you mentioned that you go around defending people. Do you often come across travelers, or is this more so people who venture out from your safety?
Mostly people that venture out from safety, but the vines can and do come down here. That's why it was deemed necessary to push further in. So, Janice, her team back there, that's why I left them there. Just in case any vines try and come creeping down to look for any people that might not keeping an eye on their back.
Do the vines come down here often?
Only every so often that we try and make a push ourselves. And I mean, we have tried. Our options are a bit limited by the scope. Only being able to go into the town center of Dashek does not exactly leave much room for investigation. It seems to just be a ghost town. And regarding what you asked about other travelers, I mean, this place really is just a hell of a trap. People find the town that doesn't have fog, assume they're safe, and then just get snapped up by Namioda, never to be seen again.
Namioda.
That's right. What we call her.
But you said you didn't know where the vines were going.
Tall tales don't become so tall when you live them.
So you don't know for certain, but one can presume.
There has to be something controlling those vines. That
Yeah,
my
no
damn
way they're
life
acting
on
on
it.
their own.
Vines don't just try and kidnap people.
So, can you tell me a bit about this Namioda?
I don't have much to say. I think... Well, let's get back to that thought. I think we're about to be coming up on the town center.
You got it.
So, after a solid 20 minutes of walking, you guys are going, as it starts to brighten a bit more, and as it kind of goes and brightens, and you guys come into the main area of this underground. And in this area, under the cover of torchlight and stalactites, the area opens up into a large caravan full of people chatting amongst themselves and standing behind stalls. A bazaar of people can be found, and it's honestly much more bustling than anyone probably kind of come to expect based off of the vast lack of life that had been seen so far. The people here are smiling, talking to each other, bartering goods with each other, all while wearing similarly modest clothing to each other, seemingly unable to truly have the ability to have much more than that. Alongside, you can see different tunnels that go out from this central area, all in different directions, that seem to have been carved by the people here. There's, as they continue on, Quinn will just kind of speak up and just say, well, this is what we here call, not very originally, New Dashek. It's not much, but we've managed to make it work for 75 years or so.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting this much work on a town square.
Yeah, the people have gotten quite comfortable about it, I'd say.
It's a nice place.
Continuing on, just sort of getting a quick survey of the land, you would guess there's at least 150 or 200 people here in this one single area. Just kind of moving around, going about their day, really as if all of what's just been talked about wasn't going on. You slowly start to move your way through, and as you do, you see a bunch of different stalls, including one that sells masks, similar to the ones that you saw Quinn and the others wearing before. There's a deer, a bird, a panther, and other things that all seem to be sort of manifested inside of this, inside of these masks.
Are those masks common for your people to wear, or is it just for your defense group?
There is a bit of a ceremonial sense to them, but the masks do seem to help. We don't know too terribly much going back to what you said, Thaddeus, but what we do know is that masks surprisingly tend to make it second guess itself for a bit. Have a bit of a safety to them. Maybe it's that it doesn't quite recognize us quite as much as humans. Wouldn't say. But what we do know is that it seems to buy us at least a bit of extra time before the vines begin to encroach.
It's a clever camouflage, and they're beautiful.
Thank you. It's something that I think not much culture here, but one thing that I think we do hold a bit dear. There's ceremonies every once in a while. I don't think the next one's for some time, but I don't know. How long were you folks planning on staying?
We were gonna.
I think our goal is to get whatever we came here to get done, and then maybe establish some link between us and you guys. So even when we're done, you won't be seeing the last of us anytime soon.
Yeah, we've done this before with another town. We keep up trade with them.
Did you just do this out of the good of your heart?
Well, when the world's not a welcoming one, it's up to us to make it one.
Yeah. We've all got our own goals and our own reasons, but above all, we're trying to make this place livable.
Good goal. And I suppose
My
that
opinion.
aligns.
It's the only goal. Can't really do much if, the world's out to get you.
I'd give anything to see the sky above again. Not the one that's been clouded by mists every time I've been up there, but what I've been told is the real sky.
Well, I'll let you know firsthand, but it's an experience you will never forget. And we hope
It's
that you
worth-
get to see it soon.
It's worth every drop of blood.
Blood some are willing to pay. You can see that, as they look back at you, there's a little bit of a soft twinkle in their eyes. It's this is, it's no inside check needed to tell that this is very refreshing to them. To hear people that truly want this, beyond anything, and are willing to do what it takes. As you continue through this main cavern, I'll just ask the team to make some perception checks, please.
You got it, Chief.
What kind of checks did you say? Insight or perception?
Perception.
Perception.
23 from me.
7!
20.
All right.
We know who got distracted by Quinn's pecs.
Sorry. It will happen again.
Here. I like the dirt.
I like the nerd.
There is a lot of it.
Adamar with a 13. Anti. Well, just E. Or a 14, so nothing too crazy. It's not that high of a DC though. I was only gonna put it at 12. So, one of the things that catches a few of your eyes, Kloven, Sewer King, and I and Adamar all kind of notice that at the back of the cavern, there is something a little bit different. There's an older woman, seemingly just a very short, picturing, exactly that kind of stereotype, that when women get old, they get really short. She's 4 feet tall, wearing a very raggedy and unfitting dress that seems to be actively painting the walls and working on a large mural.
Oh, I see you have some artists here.
That's sweet old Marion.
And you said you didn't have much culture down here.
No, Marion kind of tends to be the last of it. It's the masks in her. She's the woman I was referencing earlier, the one that's around back then.
Oh.
Before we all went underground.
I see.
Oldest living person in New Dashik.
Well, I certainly would love to speak to someone so famous.
I mean, I suppose in terms of what we got here, she is a bit famous. If you would like to say hello, please, by all means, go. I'm sure she'd be happy to have someone take an interest in her. When you're ready, I've got to grab a few things from the stalls. We'll meet up at the tunnel leading off in that direction. They point to, essentially just a little bit further towards the other side of the cave that you guys are currently walking towards. And as you walk up, as mentioned, she wears a very dirty and unfitting dress and a pair of glasses, one settled on the end of her nose and the other firmly against... she actually wears two pairs of glasses, is what I meant to say. One settled on the end of her nose and the other firmly against her eyes. She is currently just very much hyper-focused in looking and working and painting on the side of the caves. Will not notice
Is it
you.
almost finished, or is she starting the painting, or is it almost finished? Is it?
She is, I would say, probably like 2/3 of the way through the painting, and it's nothing. As you kind of like look at it, it is not anything special. To be honest, it doesn't look too much more detailed than like a child's drawing. Like. It's just very basic, crude shapes, but she seems to be painting a large story. And if you want to say hello, she will not notice you until you say hello. She is that kind of old lady.
Hey, that's
Hey
all
there.
right.
Marion, was it?
Huh?
Hello.
And she can see she with the paintbrush in her hand kind of just turns around and looks at the group of you, just like squinting very heavily to the point where you can't even tell if her eyes are open anymore. And she just says, "Huh?
Hello,
Hi.
Miss Marion.
Oh, hi. Are you guys from
Lovely.
around here? Have I seen you
No.
before?
Way out of town, actually.
Oh. Well, what can I help you with?
Well, you could start by telling us the story of the painting you're painting.
I mean, sure. I don't understand why you'd be interested in this, considering you're just little tourists, but...
Well, when you're in my line of work, you hear the stories from pretty much everybody. And everybody includes people I meet on the road. So, why not? I feel like it's the best way to get to know someone.
Well, come on over here. And she's kind of gonna, like, wave her arm very loosely. So sit down there, let Grandma tell you a story.
Please.
And
Boys, come along.
she literally looks and watches and waits for you all to sit down and be seated at attention.
Crisscross applesauce. Hands in your lap.
Crisscross ass.
Cross apple salt.
Very
Just
good.
Right.
Paying attention.
Now,
Thaddeus finds whatever resembles a stump or a seat and does the gay cross-legged sit on it.
Thaddeus would be the one standing or sitting on a seat to the floor.
Right?
Yeah.
you can see she sees all of that, nods, says, now you see, most people here aren't exactly very much interested in culture. And I felt like it was a bit of my duty to preserve that, considering that, well, everybody here is really only interested in doing their own thing, making their living and everything like that. They're not interested in what us older folks are up to and what we have been through. And I mean, nobody really wants to talk about much with that, because then it brings up the whole scary Namiota thing, and now and then everybody gets scared, and she sort of like rambles, just like completely around what the actual request was.
Well,
For a
lucky
bit.
for you, I really want to know about the scary Namiota thing.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know much about that thing. I mean, but here, the Namiota thing, I mean, at least from what we know, is just this horrifying thing. At least from my time when I was young, I think I was like 5 or so years old when the first incident happened. And I mean, it was real scary for sure, watching all those older folks just get snapped up in a little plant mouth and then taken up into the sky. But it's,
A plant mouth? Not the vines, the tendrils?
no, I mean, there's some tendrils, but the thing that, I mean, it clamped itself real good round their heads.
Ugh. But you said you were around for the first incident.
Oh yeah, more than one.
So, truth be told, we almost were caught up in one of those ourselves, but... So... These vines, they weren't after people until that day?
Oh, it was really kind of all of a sudden. Here, you folks asked me what I'm painting, and I suppose I kind of got a little bit sidetracked on the way.
Oh, that's alright.
there.
I did too.
And really, there was just this, and you see, and I was debating how to describe this, whether to do it in character, and I think I'm going to try and do it in character, but
Hell yeah.
she just kind of like goes, and you sort of like look at what it is, and it looks, you can tell very clearly, even though what you've seen is only the ruins of Dashek, this is Dashek that she has painted. But it seems to be obviously a bit more full of life. And so as she kind of begins to describe, she says, when I was young, well, my parents didn't really want too terribly much to do with me, so we had this kind spirit. Their name was Venus, and they just were my protector. They made sure that I was okay, and they were kind of some creature, but you know, everybody in the village really cared about them except for the old people, but the old people never liked anything back then.
Sounds familiar.
So what I've got here is just, I mean, you can see, and just once again, a very crude childlike drawing, so just basically just, you know, like little sticks for limbs and everything. This one here is me, and I'm putting a little flower crown on Venus's head. And looking at Venus, they are a plant-like creature themselves. Not too different, at least seemingly, from Anti. Their eyes are green with and just from what you can see, just all you can see is green eyes, and then just like a body that seems to be kind of loose. And everyone is looking and happy and smiling and carefree. But I really miss Venus. They were really nice.
Whatever happened to Venus?
Well, old people pushed them away. Said that us kids shouldn't be spoiled by something like that. And so they left. They only ever wanted to help. It was a while before we saw him again. Well, I guess we never did really see him again.
So Venus did or did not return?
Did not. Out of character, that was a slip.
Noted.
I'll
It's
go,
okay.
boss.
It's okay, Grandma.
It's an old grandma.
lady,
It's an old guy.
It's grandma. It's grandma. We got it. We got it.
I'm listening to Mima. I understand there will be mistakes.
Has Mima looked at Anti at all?
They honestly are so short-sighted that they haven't noticed.
Anti, would you mind sitting a little closer?
You can see that their eyes have sort of been shifting back and forth between red and orange, signaling that like there's a sort of seems to be a struggle to front right now. But they're going to speak up and say, "Acknowledged. This is good for us." And then just as Anti slowly makes their way forward, Marion will essentially turn around to see them and just look directly at them and just say, "Oh, Venus, is that you? Have you finally returned to save us from the mean creatures above?" And as she says that, Anti moves back, and a very uncharacteristic hesitation from them before they speak, saying, "Conclusion. Marion, you are not seeing straight. Truth, we are not Venus. However, Venus is our sibling. We wish to find them." "Oh, is that so? I'm glad that she had siblings. It's good to have a family." And you see Anti just continues looking at this and just acknowledgement and apologies. We do not know where they are. I suppose that's all the same. You can see as this is happening, Anti's eyes shift from red and orange, continuing and landing once again back onto red. Comfort. We can help you with tasks while we are here. Clarification. At least when we are not busy trying to assist in resolving the issues. Diana wishes to help. You can see Marion just has this soft look on her face and just turns what's kind of just been this mixed expression turns to just this very soft grandma smile and says, "You're so sweet. Your help would be greatly appreciated, Liana."
Did Venus talk like that too?
They did. It's hard for me to quite remember exactly their mannerisms, but They always had to have some sort of establishing statement before everything.
Well, good to know Anti is not the only one.
Siblings are alike, it seems.
Some of them, anyway. Don't ask the planters.
Hey, what was your all's names? I don't believe I caught that before going into my little spiel.
I'm Thaddeus.
Thaddeus?
Kloven. Kloven, it's a pleasure.
Well, good to meet you too, dear.
Oh, I'm the Sewer King.
Sewer King, good to meet you too.
And I'm Tate Planner.
Hey, and that quiet one back there? Adamar. Apologies, ma'am. Well, I hope you all stay a while. I think it'd be good to have some new fresh faces here. Don't get those very often anymore.
Well, with any luck, you'll be seeing a lot of people coming and going after we're done here.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I'd really like that. I think I'd like to meet some new people.
You know, I know a woman who I think could really use the whimsy you still have in you, Marion.
Oh yeah? Who might that
Yeah.
be?
A really good friend of ours. Kloven's sister, actually.
What's her name?
It's
Mine.
yeah.
My. Well, I look forward to meeting her. She sounds like a nice lady.
She is.
And our resident artist.
Oh? Does she do any of the drawing?
More musically inclined.
Oh,
Or old cardboard.
music.
That was her kids, Thaddeus.
Well, where do you think they learned it from?
I haven't heard any music in... Well, since we came down here. I'd love to hear a song.
Oh, would that I had Nero with me.
Your rat can play an instrument?
Kind of looks at you confused, like, how dare you ask such a question?
I've seen that rat do things you wouldn't believe.
Are you...
My-
Is a rat a kind of person up from where you're from?
SK, they don't know what rats are.
Oh, I know what a rat is. I just... How can a rat play an instrument?
Oh, they've
Well,
got
that's a
very dexterous little fingers.
They can be real smart, man.
Yeah, they sure can, and they do have pretty good hands. Hey, SK, you want to tell me where that bottle of red went last time we were in town?
I know nothing about that.
Gotcha.
Well, I look forward to your rats. What a colorful culture you seem to have come from.
Oh yes, I've got a whole society back home.
You can see, as this conversation is winding down a bit, you can see Anti still kind of like flashing back and forth, or settling on Orange. And they just speak up and just say, "You all are free to continue going. However, I wish to stay here for a little while to help her and make sure that she can finish this up as well as possible."
All right, but I want to talk to Anti later when we can talk, just the two of us. That's all right, Liana.
Of course. We'll find our way to whatever quarters they have created for us.
All right.
Shall we go find Quinn again then?
They're not waiting too far off, but I was thinking maybe we should get a couple of masks to fit in better. Although I don't know what they trade with down here. I got some spare supplies that might be good for trading, if y'all are comfortable with that.
Seems like a fine trade-off. Especially if it'll help us when we go back topside again.
Perhaps we could ask Quinn as to the nature of the particular economies down here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I highly doubt that they'd be taking the same currency we take down in the stocks.
It couldn't hurt to ask when we go to that shop if y'all are still interested.
Absolutely. I could use a fashion statement when we're out here.
Yeah, Lily, can we get masks?
Yeah, you can get some masks.
Yeah. Yippee,
Actually,
shopping time!
before we go shopping, SK is gonna turn to Mary and just be like, Marion, my darling, what sort of masks do you think would best suit 5 strangers?
Well, that depends entirely on your personality.
Do you choose the mask, or does the mask choose you?
Well, I mean, as far as what I chose one that I thought best characterized my flamboyant personality.
And what did you select?
Well, that of a Birds of Paradise, of course.
Ah, I can see it now. An excellent choice.
Well, thank you
think,
very much.
I think a pretty fitting one for SK would be a peacock.
I would have to agree.
Do
A
we want to choose for
peacock?
each other or for ourselves?
I'm just
Not
making an
entirely
observation.
too docile.
Well, we can look at the choices available. We'll
Yeah,
check 'em.
let's...
I will not limit your creativity based off of what it already exists at this shop. So you folks are free to determine what animal you think best encapsulates your characters. And then those
and
masks
we can-
will be available.
And we can assume that there's an ARC's array of animals and not just subterranean ones.
Yes, you can assume as much.
Highly specific lizard go.
Any specific lizard?
If you're gonna choose like some deep sea trilobite or something like that, then they probably wouldn't have that.
All right, can I have a Kabuto from Pokemon?
You guys don't have Pokemon?
You guys want a Pokemon? Go to Ripoff.
Oh yes, okay. No Pikachu.
Darn.
Okay. Do we meet up with Quinn first, or do we go to the stall first?
I mean, they can see us. We can go to the stall first and then make our way over. They did say we were allowed to look around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well then, Miss Marion, thank you again for your wonderful story, and we won't interrupt you any further from your painting.
Well, thank you very much. I look forward to spending some more time with you guys in the next... Hell, however long it is that you stay. I do hope you stay for a while, though.
Even if we're
Certainly,
not
thank
here
you.
for a long time, we'll definitely come back and visit.
That would be mighty kind of you. As you start to walk away, you can see Liana and Marianne kind of talking amongst themselves, and Marianne hands them a little paintbrush. herself. And you can see Liana takes it into one of the vines that makes up Antai's form and begins to grasp it, do a few strokes here and there. But yes, as you guys begin to make your way back into the bazaar more proper, there's a few mask sellers throughout the entirety of this little bazaar here, and free to stop by the first one that you see, which is being operated by a masculine presenting person that has a kind of big old mustache and definitely starting to bald a bit. The hair is beginning to fade and all that stuff, and they're just gonna kind of look up at you guys and say, "Oh, you folks seem to be a bit of fresh faces. I think that Quinn over there said that we had new folks. I take it they're yourselves?"
Yeah, would be right.
"Oh, well, welcome here to New Dashek. How can I help you folks?"
We're actually been very interested in these masks that we've seen around. Are you interested in selling them to some travelers?
I most certainly would be. And what might you have in mind for yours? I mean, we got some fine craftsmanship on display here.
Certainly seems that way. Well, as we are travelers, we do have not too many things on a person, but as a cleric, I'm also able to offer my services as well.
Oh, services and goods are what we go by here. Not exactly much in the way of currency to be found. So anything that you folks would be willing to offer, we'd be happy to take it for you. And I mean, I guess engaging with the culture is kind of at least a little bit of something. Little bit of payment in a way. As long as you promise to wear them to the next event.
Event?
When's the event?
Few weeks from now, unfortunately, but trying to have at least some sort of a monthly get-together where everybody can have a nice gathering and role play here and there, something simple like that. Keep people's spirits up.
The masks are for social uses as well, not just for survival.
Well, they were initially for social uses, then I think the folks over there in the Defense Corpus, crazy people, decided to try and bring them up, and from what I've heard, it's good, but I don't exactly see how it could help.
Camouflage, I believe.
Really think that would work? I mean, it's still a person.
Yes, my thoughts entirely. Frankly, as far as nature is concerned, scent is the greatest sense. So we'll need some sort of animalistic pheromones, perhaps, in order to truly camouflage ourselves up there, but, well, most people don't prefer that route.
Sure, whatever that means. I don't exactly know what a pheromone is, or nothing of the sort. I'm just a mask seller.
It's SK mumbo
perhaps-
jumbo. Don't worry about it.
Perhaps a bit too much information. I do love this fox mask you have. May I try it on?
By all means, please. You folks must come from some sort of fancy society if you're throwing around words like that. I've never heard of something like a pheromone.
Simply just a way of saying a naturally created scent.
I think it goes a bit deeper than that, SK, but right now I think that's where we can stop.
Yeah, let's stop there. I work a selling masks here.
If you use the right pheromones, you'll be selling a lot more than masks.
That is so true.
I suppose I have to be educated a bit more, then. Well, good sir, do you like the fox mask?
I do. It fits like a glove, actually.
Perfect. I'm happy that it fits, given your little hooky things coming out of your head.
The long ears help on the mask.
Fair enough. Glad that you like it. Who can I help next? What are you looking for? Any suggestions I might be able to give? Granted, I don't know your personalities, but I'd be happy to suggest anything that I could to help make a deal.
Well, Is that a crow?
Indeed, it's a crow.
I don't know. Maybe I can... Could I try that one on?
By all means. Bird masks are awfully popular around here, so you'd be fitting right in with that sort of thing.
Perfect. I do like to attract a crowd.
You know, last week, I think I sold... Considering how few folks we have here, selling 2 peacock masks, quite an accomplishment.
Looks like you're not the only one, SK.
SK is currently looking very pointedly at, like, this very large, lion's mask. Just, what?
Think yourself a lion, do you?
Well, every jungle does need a king.
And you are royalty? Is that what
Not
that...
fine.
Naturally.
That's what those things sticking out of your head are? That's a crown? So you
Indeed,
all
my
are
good
this
man.
person's royal subjects?
Indeed, my good man. How good of you to notice.
I guess that's one way of putting it.
Well, fair enough then, your majesty. It would be my honor to bestow upon you the king of the jungle.
Ah, excellent. And he takes it in his hand and he is just chest puffed out, just very pleased with himself. You know, I used to sport a mane myself, but once I got out of that savanna climate, it was entirely impractical.
King of the sewer gone to king of the jungle.
And what about you, my good man, gesturing to Tate?
Okay, Tate's gonna start sorting through the masks, and he'll like pass by a heart-shaped one with spikes coming out of it. He'll pass by a few others. He'll grab onto this one lizard-like one that almost kind of looks like a dragon, even though that's not a real animal. And he'll hold it in his hands, unsure for a second, and then look in the back, and then immediately put down the dragon mask and grab a mask patterned with butterfly wings, and then go, alright. Kloven, give this to your sister, and I'll just grab this one. He just quickly grabs like a deer mask off the counter with the large antlers.
Oh.
The mask doesn't cover his whole face, it's just his eyes, forehead, and then from the forehead, 2 large protruding antlers come out.
Very good. And I'm glad that you'll be getting a mask for somebody that isn't even here right now. Awfully good for business, that sort of thing is.
He's gonna like that souvenir, Tate.
Well, I hope so. But, yeah, Kloven, make sure you give it to her, alright?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She will love it.
Yeah.
And Adamar,
Oh, God.
All eyes turn.
come, join us on the local customs.
It's
Alright,
not...
I'm taking Beth on Watchdog.
Well, now I don't want to do that. I'm not
But you
exactly
were
the
thinking about it.
I was thinking about it, thank you very much, Thaddeus. I just... I'm not exactly the most creative person, so... It just felt right to be a watchdog, but I don't know, that seems a little basic. Do you folks have any
There's nothing wrong.
suggestions of what
There's
might
nothing wrong with dogs.
best suit me?
Do you not see yourself as man's best friend, Adamar?
He's a lot of men's best friend.
I don't like the insinuation of that statement. Thaddeus, particularly. Sewer King, you are absolutely correct.
I also like the idea of a butterfly for you, but
You would give me a butterfly mask, the same as your sister.
well, you've certainly transformed into something beautiful, so.
Oh, many a different kind of butterfly. Perhaps a swallowtail, perhaps.
Or a moth. I mean, not a butterfly, but
Ah, a moth.
Also very good.
I have always had an interest in lunar moths for having eyes on the back of their wings. Something about that does seem to make sense for Captain Regard. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, definitely. Always
Warding off predators, as you are our protector.
You can see there's like, he's such a quiet man that seeing like a noticeable like grin of excitement on him is very rare, but you can kind of see that as he's piecing this together based off of your all's description of him. Says, then if you have a lunar moth, I'd be happy to wear that.
You know, mask aside, pride in yourself's a good look on you, Adamar.
Well, I may only ever have had pride in my work, but we'll get better.
Nope. No one does it like you, though.
You're right. No one does it. And the mask seller hands the Luna moth to Adamar, kind of puts it on, says, I mean, I suppose I kind of look a little bit ridiculous right now, but that's an embarrassment I'm gonna have to get over, isn't it?
Embarrassing
Listen.
is not the descriptor I would use.
I'm dressing up as a crafty corvid, so
What?
there's a little bit of...
What is the word you would use, Sewer King?
Glamorous.
Glamorous. That's not a word I don't think I've ever heard associated with my being.
Well, join us for a few more spa days and we...
Fair enough. Thank you. Thank you, kind seller. We'll happily pay you in whatever you deem is worthwhile. And they kind of speak up. She says, we can cover that later. I'm sure you folks are going to be staying for a while, so any good deeds you do around the town, payment for me. We try and keep it at least pretty cyclical in nature in terms of exchanging goods and services. After all, we only have so many goods to go around. But thank you for your kind words about my craft, and I hope that you find pleasure in masks.
Thank you, my good man.
Does a deep bow, and you can see it goes back to start working on some new ones, having his stock be cleared out more than he is used to on a given day. All right. At this point, I think Quinn will probably meet back up with you guys and just kind of say, I see you folks have indulged in the customs here a bit.
Yes, a most charming tradition.
It
I
is-
was telling him, though, that if you intend to use such a custom as a means of camouflage amongst nature, you need to add some sort of scent to it.
What kind of scent did you have in mind? I mean, I suppose we could go up there very stinky or very clean.
Nature is decidedly, as one might say, stinky.
That's for sure.
I mean, I suppose I'm willing to give anything a try. I certainly don't think we've gone up there covered in shite before.
Well, I would not jump to such extreme measures so quickly, but my theory, if you'll indulge me, is that typically if one is trying to hide from a certain creature, then simply looking the part isn't enough. They'll still be able to smell you.
You know, I don't think we've had anybody that understands biology as well as you do. Be a good boon here.
I have extensive field experience.
Look forward to seeing what you folks can bring to the table then. We seem to be down a person. Did I believe you said their name was? They scuttled off in a different direction?
They stayed along with Marianne.
Oh.
Yes, I think they're fast friends.
Oh. That's not a pairing I would have expected. But that's good. She deserves the company. It's getting late. I think some stalls over here are already starting to close down. So we don't exactly have very many visitors, so I was planning on just, well, all we have here really are holes. So the word would be holding you up in what could be considered a living room in my place. If there's an open bedroom as well, but yeah, I can take you back there now. That's all right with you.
Yeah.
Very well. And they'll take you off through one of the caverns, and you can see as you kind of go through this part of it, you begin to notice that all of the caverns start to like split off a lot more often after this central area. And at each of the turns, you can see that there's like names attached to little plaques on the walls, and carved into the walls themselves, to try and notate where certain people live as best as they can. As they proceed to bring you along, you can see that they begin to turn to go into a section of their own. And as you kind of go through this, sorry, I'm stalling as I look through just my notes real quick, because it was a different section. You can see that there's a section that's labeled Quinn and ID. And Quinn will turn and say, "This will be my place over here," and gestures you in. As you do so, it's nothing much more than a 15-second walk before you come across what is likely the worst living quarters you've ever seen. Just some basic blankets on the ground of a stone cavern, split into two rooms that seem to be smaller and one larger room in the center.
Quinn,
Thaddeus?
you live like this.
I do live like this. This is kind of the best we can put up here.
This is
It's quite rustic, very charming. Sewer King's already like walking in, making himself very much at home.
Tate,
Yeah.
how much down do you get out of the farm in a few months?
Quite a bit. They'll be fine in a few months, but I'm also fine sleeping on the floor like this.
No, what I'm saying is when we get this place connected to the stocks, I am personally making it my business that everyone here gets a pillow.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
apologize that it's not anything special. It's just...
I've slept on hard floors before. That's not my problem. My problem is that people like you haven't known that kind of comfort, and you deserve it.
Mighty kind to say about someone you just met. All we can really do down here is just the bare minimum. I dare not even think about the comfort that you're suggesting.
I don't really believe that any person in the world is owed only the bare minimum.
I wish I could just believe that that's the case. But this is life. Life isn't exactly kind to people.
It's not, but you've now met Thaddeus, who's got very clear goals in mind, so...
I'm an optimist. I was raised that way.
Well, I don't know exactly what the situation is with you folks, but a few blankets in this living room here, and anyone wants to sleep separately, there's the other bedroom.
Well, thank you for your hospitality.
DM, question.
Yes.
Asking for a friend.
Yes.
Are there rats down here?
Rat check! Rat check!
Rat check, indeed.
Rat check.
You know, can I ask you a question in response?
Yes.
I don't know enough about rat biology and ecosystems to know if rats can live in caves. Do you, as the rat guru,
the rat expert,
They can live anywhere.
they can live anywhere?
Anywhere. Right? If there's food and people down here, they would be down here. I'm pretty sure. As a man who comes from a city of rats.
In D&D fantasy land, you can have rats if you want.
Cave rats.
We have canonically established that one of SK's rats can play an instrument. If they can play an instrument, they can play anywhere.
You know, you're not wrong. Sorry, far be it from me to inject realism into this setting.
Go SK.
How dare you,
Colonize.
first of all?
Go forth and colonize, dear ruler.
Yeah, the thing is that this is speaking out of character because I think this is really funny. That one of the parts of my characterization of the above ground is that there is no animal life anymore. So the fact that but rats, you can never get rid of rats, you know? They will survive. So if there was to be one animal that lived and made it down successfully, I feel like rats can be the one. So
Excellent.
I'm not saying there's rats in the immediate vicinity, but we can canonize that there are rats in the system somewhere.
I can work with this.
Rat check.
Rat facts.
Rat facts.
Yeah.
That's a rat fact.
I'm so glad.
Rat.
Merciful DM.
I'm so glad that this is the thing.
Hands you a rat, hands you a rat, hands you a rat.
Took a swig of my drink, and we are good. So, and you guys kind of... I want to ask, are you all going to be attempting to sleep in this, what can only be described as the most bare bones living room you've ever seen, or are you going to kind of split into two separate rooms?
Cuddle puddle.
Yeah.
Or max comfy.
I mean, it's no different from how we usually sleep together. that.
Yeah, it's true.
Fair enough. All right, then the other bedroom, well, bedroom, air quotes, remains empty. Quinn will go ahead and go into the room, snuff out the torch that was on there, and grab you guys the blankets that were in there to create this little cuddle puddle for all of y'all. And he's just kind of going to sit towards where the bedrooms are and just say, you know, I don't know what I expected, but the fact that you all seem to be this comfortable with each other and I guess happy given the world, it's a good sign.
There is hope out there, and we hope that one day you'll be able to see it too.
I mean, you all act like a big family. It's just nice.
I know I was a bit hard and fast with soapboxing, give or take. But I like to think we practice what we preach. We kind of are a family in a lot of ways.
And you folks have, like, I guess the proper term would be biological families too?
Gotcha.
Some of us do. But
Kloven looks a little sour at that, but he'll nod and try to smile.
the truth of the matter is that sometimes blood isn't what makes a family.
Besides, who needs blood relatives when you've got such excellent friends and an entourage of rat subjects?
Exactly. I mean, I've had SK my whole life. I don't need family when I've got someone. I don't need blood family when I got someone like him.
No, it's not that I was insinuating that blood needs to be thicker than water. It's just, I don't know. This made me miss ID, but
Don't worry about it.
You had family as well?
yeah. That's her room over there. Is my sister. Younger than me by years. But she's no longer here.
My condolences.
Yeah. She was a part of one of the first expeditions. Lovely gal. Long red hair, killer sense of humor. I still miss her, but I guess in a way she's part of what I'm still fighting for. At least her memory. Sorry, I didn't mean to just drop that.
No,
Fine, it's
not at all.
important to
Thank you.
share.
Yes.
Tomorrow we should probably talk a bit more to the rest of the guard about what you're here for. You don't really know too much, but given what I've heard from you so far, I think this would be perhaps the most important conversation we've had here. I'm gonna get some rest. Feel free to talk amongst yourself. I can sleep through anything. I'll be in there if you need me.
Thank you again. And
course.
sleep well.
Of course, it's been a while since I felt actual hope. I think I'm a little scared of it, but can't help but be excited by it at the same time. Not to put the pressure on you or anything of the sorts, it's just a good thing. Bill?
We will certainly try to meet your expectations.
He'll chuckle a little bit before moving back and snuffing out the torch in his room before going quiet for a bit. And at this point, I'll let you guys, if you guys want to talk amongst yourself, please feel free to. Otherwise, we will call the night there.
I did want to do a talk with Anti, but I'm okay with leaving that for next session.
No. Oh, we're still going for a little while.
Okay.
Um, Anti would probably come back like in an hour or so if you wanted to talk to them.
Got it. I will wait for everyone else to finish talking first.
Mm-hmm.
SK is doing a perimeter check around the room, like on his hands and knees, like looking at the walls. He swears he heard squeaking.
You can see that there's like a little hole in the wall that you can like sort of like stick 3 fingers down, and but that's about as far as you can go. It's too big for your hand to fit through, but swear something is down there. You just can't quite put your finger on it.
He parks himself right there.
Looking for something, Your Majesty?
Expanding my territory, good sir.
He's colonizing the rats.
Oh,
That's a crude way of putting it. I merely wish to make new friends. I hope they don't speak a dialect I don't understand. That would be awkward.
SK, are you seriously trying to find a rat community over here?
He looks at him incredulously and then just very simply says, I heard the squeaking.
How did you hear the squeaking? I've heard nothing of the sorts.
His
He's very
rat
into
ears
with
twitch.
In that ear is special?
I've got a rat's hearing.
And that's
I know my own kind.
I apologize, Your Majesty, but I don't know exactly how good a rat can hear.
Quite well, actually. You'd be surprised.
Explains why they always get away.
Indeed. Always hear you thumping around.
We'll try not to thump too hard. Scare them away.
Yes, do be considerate. I am trying to make friends, you know.
that's a little unfortunate, but okay.
Right? Thaddeus or Kloven, do you have anything you want to do tonight?
I would like to shuffle up to Kloven for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you have a second?
All the time in the world for you.
I saw you scrunch up and sour a little bit earlier. Are you okay?
Sorry, that was just a twitch of the face. Nothing more.
Hey, if I said something that hurt, please tell me.
Oh, no, Thaddeus, no, of course not. Certainly not you. It's, things are different and I'm adjusting, but all is well, I assure you.
All right. Well,
How are
You
you
know,
feeling? Not too claustrophobic, I hope.
not at all. I've slept in the basement before with all the rats. It's fine.
Oh. That's... You and SK doing a little sleepover. What is it then?
I was honestly a teenager. I was curious to see how they operated, and they kind of just flopped on me like a blanket. I think SK might have had something to do with that.
I'm certain that is the case. Oh.
That is to say,
Maybe?
it's nothing I'm not used to.
Well, considering how he's decked, he's stationed, I'm sure if you needed it, the rats will come and cover you again.
I don't know. Forest rats might be different to city rats.
No, I'm sure they would warm up to you just fine. You've made everyone here feel very comfortable.
Well, you know, the rats could warm me up, I'm sure, but no one does like you.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that I didn't have to get jealous over a bunch of rats.
Oh, don't tell me. Is the Stox's Mr. Perfect jealous of a bunch of animals?
Please, don't say it too loudly.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. I wonder how to save this place. That's what's been going through my head since we got here.
I do too. They deserve a better life. It's hard to realize what we can do, considering, we know who's in control of it all.
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't on my mind. But the weird thing is, out here, they all feel like they're just a couple steps away from being as well off as we are. If it weren't for the Namiota.
Right. Well, good thing we happened to come here. I'm certain that whatever it is, we'll be able to find it.
Find it, sure, if it doesn't find us first. And
Hey, it would be even easier for us then.
Kloven.
Hmm?
I don't know if you processed this or not, but if Quinn hadn't come along, we would have lost. To a damn plant. Whatever this thing is worse than the dragon that the child threw at us.
Thankfully, we have very good companions on our side then.
Yeah. We've got the muscle, we've got the resources, now we've got to think it through. Because if it's been keeping all these people locked underground for 75 years, give or take, we'll need a plan. And we can't make a plan if we don't get some rest, so please get some sleep for me, yeah?
Only if you promise to do the same.
Don't worry, I'll do my best. Pillows or no.
Well, I know of a very comfortable pillow, and he'll kind of gesture to his chest.
Well,
I don't mind.
I guess I can make do. He's blushing.
No, you deserve the rest, and if anyone's gonna come up a plan to help these people, most certainly would involve you.
Well, I was saying things about gassing up SK's ego earlier, but maybe my own could use a bit of a pick-me-up as well. He's gonna kind of lean into Kloven a bit and rest his head on his chest.
We'll kind of gently just stroke at his hair a little bit. Well, I'll be here if you ever need a little pick-me-up then.
You're a lot more than a little one, you know that?
Please, you give me far too much credit.
I don't think you give yourself enough.
I'll just smile a little at that.
Thaddeus is just gonna kind of drift off rather quickly. He's a lot more exhausted than he's let on. Most of his yapping was due to a bit of an adrenaline rush, to be honest.
Makes sense. I'll just allow him to and not say much of anything else so he doesn't disturb him.
All right. Then, as folks start to wind down and go to sleep, at this point, Tate, is sort of keeping vigil, if you will, waiting for Anti to come back. You see them kind of slowly turn into the cavern in the distance. They quickly notice your presence, tilt their head a little bit, and walk in, seeing the rest of the group being asleep. And just says, "Observation. You were waiting for."
Yeah, I said I wanted to talk with you, so yeah.
Question, should we leave, given the state of rest the others find themselves in?
Yeah, I don't want to risk waking them up.
Acknowledged. Just turn around and walk out to the general, open hallway-ish area that the caverns are made of. And just say, Lady Marion is sleeping as well. He is quite light.
I'm glad to hear that. But oh my god, I'm blanking on the other person's name inside Anti-Sad.
Liana?
Liana was the one who spent time with them, right? Not you.
Correct.
I
I am still aware for times that Liana is in control, just as she is aware of times that I am in control.
I know, but even though you were witnessing all of it, you weren't really a part of helping Maria. Do you feel?
That is an accurate conclusion. I merely observed.
Do you prefer observing? Sorry if I misread you, but strangely enough, it seemed like you were taken aback by how she approached you and Liana.
They're hesitating again. That would be a correct assumption. It is unusual to hear of our siblings. In this case, the emotion that I believe that we were processing was worry. Not one that we feel often.
What were you worried about?
when we found Liana in Kenril, we at least knew where she was at that time. Given that Venus has been missing for nearly a century, we worry for their safety. If they were not at least somewhat intact, the tree would likely no longer be functioning.
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat that. Like, if they were no longer intact, the tree would no longer be functioning?
Correct.
I mean, maybe that means they're up in that tree, fending off whatever god-awful thing is up above for the past couple of decades.
That is a hopeful sentiment.
But still, when you got worried about that, you backed off. Let Liana take over to talk to Marion. I don't know, I'm worried for you. I know you can process your emotions probably more efficiently than any of us can, but it's okay to be shaken up by them. But it's also important to confront them. I mean, you sure you weren't afraid to spend time with Marianne? Hear more about this sibling of yours? Directly? Not through Liana's eyes?
Clarification. We are not fully aware and capable of processing emotions. Emotions are not needed most often. Hence, we discarded most ability to process them in favor of guarding to the best of our abilities. Clarification, Liana did not.
Liana did not what?
Discard the same capabilities in favor of protection.
Well, I don't think that's quite true, at least the part on you, Aunt. I can see it in the way you act now, the way you join in our banter, the way you mutter the word humorous.
Humorous.
Mm-hmm. Even when you don't expect it. I mean, you weren't prepared to get taken aback like that. You backed off and gave Liana control. That's an emotional response, not one that you could calculate.
They tilt their head a little bit. I find your statement to be true. We shall reflect on this.
Listen, I know that initial hypothesis was that giving up your emotions, processing emotions make you worse of a protector. But through my experience, I find that having those emotions can inspire greater strength from you, especially when it comes to protecting. I'm sure Venus felt the same way.
Yes. It seems that all they cared about was to keep others happy and safe. I do not know much about my siblings. I can't even remember all of their names. However, I find comfort in their presence. and I wish to keep them safe.
It's a strong step forward for you to
Abs-
think about.
Observation. Liana is dear, and I wish to see her happy. She lived a difficult life in her time. She does not deserve to go through such pain again. I will not allow it.
Don't forget, that emotion thing is two ways. She feels the same for you. As do we all.
My natural response to that sentiment was that you do not know me yet. But perhaps, as an additional observation, you might know me better than I know myself, in some capacities.
Of course I know you, Anti. You're family at this point. Then he goes to offer Anti a hug.
It's hard for them to accept a hug given how wide they are, but they don't return it given that they just don't really truly understand the display at this point. They very much just stand there, and they're not struggling or anything. They accept it, but they just kind of stand there and just look down at you and say, "Did you find comfort in this act?"
I found comfort with you.
Humorous.
Let's sit back.
They'll walk with you back to the room. Or powering down and just kind of becoming a little blob of branches and vines. All right. I think we are going to fit one final thing into this session, as I know it is a weeknight, if that is all right with folks.
Yee.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
game.
And Thaddeus.
Hello.
It's
Oh!
time. So,
Oh boy.
as you drift off to sleep, feeling the hand of Kloven running through your hair, lulling you into a soft sense of security, you begin to dream. But unlike usual dream sequences, I'm not going to describe this one. I want you to describe a typical dream for me, or maybe perchance one a little bit more specific based off of recent events. Your choice.
Thaddeus, as Kloven is running through his hair, is going to clunk out like a log. And the first thing that he notices is a hazy image of Jillian standing next to him at the bar, ruffling his hair as he's polishing a glass. Hey, we're not opening for another 2 hours, right? You don't have to admonish me already. Did I mess something up? Please tell me it's not some polishing secret I'm working on. Sorry, I'm frazzled. Kloven's gonna be here tonight. Adamar tipped me off. And I want to know how to make his favorite drink, What does he order? Don't mind me asking.
Oh.
Given that this is a dream, I'm just going to kind of play like a very vague imitation of Jillian.
Oh,
And
you're
just-
good. I was expecting that.
Yeah. And just essentially, it may not be the actual truth of the answer, but she answers confidently and with a soft smile on her face, with a knowing look of how much this situation means to you, and guides you through the process as best as she can.
You know, it's not just Kloven who's coming. I can't believe Adamar gave me the okay to bring SK up for another party. I hope Hunter's gonna be okay by the time we open the doors. I mean, old man nearly passed out when you walked back in. I missed you. I missed you a lot, you know.
You can see her mouth the words, "I missed you too," but you don't really hear a voice this time.
What are you doing worrying me for so long? Worrying everybody, really. I'm not the crack shot you were. I'm not the genius you were either. I'm amazed we pulled it off. You... You haven't seen the sky yet, have you? Maybe you did while you were out. I should get all this yapping out of my system before people come in and I have to be professional and all that. Thaddeus is gonna start adjusting a little bow tie he has at the tip of his suit that he's put on for the occasion. Jillian. Did I do alright?
You can see she walks out from behind the bar, looks you up and down, gives your sleeves a little bit of a tug just to make sure that they're settling as well as they possibly can. It's a quick ruffle through your hair, adjusts your bow tie, and as you look down and looking at the solid black of your bow tie, everything vanishes until there is nothing but black. As you move, take a step. Instead of your foot finding solid ground, you feel yourself flip and turn as you realize you are floating through what seems to be a weightless space. What do you do?
He's going to do the only thing he knows how to do, because he's been in somewhere like this one time before, and he's going to move forward. He's going to push on, just like he did when the child snapped him out of existence.
As you continue to try and just flail to some sort of a swimming motion and just find yourself unable to really influence the flow of whatever you find yourself caught in. You exerting in this way, close your eyes, straining, or opening them once again with as much strength as you have. And you begin to realize that you are no longer dreaming. This is real. You
What
are
is
in
this?
this blank, black space.
He's
Go ahead.
going to look around for a moment, swirl around for a second, just to verify that everything is the same, no matter where he looks. And he's going to reach into his pocket to see if he finds one or two of the trinkets he keeps on himself at all times.
They're there.
Where am I?
There's no response.
No, 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 no. Come on, not now. He's going to... He can't run, but he's going to try and force himself forward as much as he can to hopefully try and find something, anything out here.
With that force, you flip yourself over. As you kind of, with that momentum, lose track of yourself for a moment, or something catches your eye in the distance. There's figures, a mass of them, in a single line in the distance. You make your way to them.
Without even a thought going through his head.
As you move, you begin to get closer. You begin to notice something. Each figure, for the most part, is the same. They're all the same person. Figure is that of Adamar, all at various different points in their age, moving forward in a line, over 100 of them. And at this point, you are close to them. You can almost reach out to touch them.
Thaddeus is gonna drift along, following the line, until he sees the Adamar that came in the first night that he opened the bar by himself.
That Adamar is not here. As you continue to move through this, some of them you notice have immense scarring. Some are wearing heavy armor, some are wearing leather armor. Some are still actively bleeding. As you go by each of them, you reach out and attempt to touch any of them.
After he notices a pattern, the next one that he sees that's still injured, he's going to reach out and try to grab his face with both hands.
As you do, he startles awake. What? 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 Where am I? Thaddeus, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
What? How long was I out for? I can't.
I couldn't begin to tell you. But you got
This
banged up out there, huh?
must have hit my head harder than I thought. You've been dead for years. Have you seen the others? Are they alright?
Thaddeus is going to have a couple of tears come to his eye and just nod almost frantically. Yeah, they're all right.
You were able
Kloven's
to.
all
How are you here? You ran away years ago in search of some truth. We never saw you again.
I'm still hunting for it. Honestly, I don't know where we are. I don't know what we're doing here, but I'm looking for it still. I'm not gone. As long as you keep fighting, as long as there's still a bit of hope left to keep in all of you, then I'm never gone. All right, Adamar?
Thaddeus. I I don't think we won. We we tried. We tried to stop the mist. Found a town, but the last things I remember was seeing Tate on the ground, Kloven holding the line as he always would. I and Sewer King there too. It was hell.
Yeah, I bet it was. But can I tell you something? That might give you a bit of comfort, even if you did lose.
Please.
Last I checked, you, me, SK, Tate, Kloven, even Anti. Do you know Anti?
I'm not familiar with this person.
Well, they all found a nice little spot underneath the town, way, way up in the sky. And we're all comfortable and safe together. Even if you didn't win. Even if none of you won. One day we're going to. You're going to. You're Adamar. You don't lose. You don't bend. You don't break, and you sure as shit don't give up.
You're right. Your your world, whatever's going on, seems to be much happier than the one we found ourselves in.
Thaddeus is going to lean in and try to give him a hug.
He accepts it and returns it. I'm I'm glad that you're all right, Thaddeus.
Adamar, one day we're all going to be alright. And don't you dare count yourself out of that.
I won't. But I think my time is up. I don't think
Might
I'm
be.
going to make it to those golden shores. We didn't make it.
You will. One of you will. I'll make damn sure of it. You're going to cross the finish line. You're going to get to go home and you're going to get to relax. But for now, the same man that I've got more respect for than damn near anyone else in the world. Time to rest. You fought your good fight. I'll take it up for you. Alright?
Nod slowly. All right. You ever find yourself in some place with white marble and white robes with people wearing laurels on their heads? Just be ready. That's the last place I know.
I'll keep it in mind. But for now, Stop thinking about weapons. Stop thinking about laurels. Stop thinking about marble. He's gonna reach into his pocket and pull out a flask. Take a drink. For me.
Nods before picking up into a full, just like very enthusiastic nod. I can do that. Takes a swig. As he does so, you suddenly find yourself back in the same room that you were when you fell asleep.
He's
It's not as though
more
you
lucid.
woke up. You're kneeling with the flask in your hand.
You've always been an idiot, Adamar.
With that, I think we're going to call the session there.
Ugh,
No.
how dare
Oh
you?
my god!
How dare you?
Oh my god!
We're so back, baby.
Jesus. Yeah. The trauma train.
Oh my god, Lily, you cook.
I made Rome real, baby. Rome is
Rome is
canon.
canon.
I'm so glad to be back, guys. I've missed you.
Same.
Yes,
Nice.
thank you guys so much for playing. I really do appreciate it, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'll go ahead and just start the wrap up here. We are still getting back in the swing of things, but we'll do our best to try and get back onto some sort of bi-weekly schedule. But so I don't know when we'll be in session next, but I'll be uploading this hopefully soon. It's currently the 7th of October. And yeah, we'll hope to see you guys next time. So from all of us here, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.